As usual, we are waiting for Gerhard Steidl to arrive. I spent many years, 20 years now, waiting for Gerhard. And I think he might just be here today. I see him coming. Welcome.
Hello.
And welcome to Museum of Chance.
Wow. The biggest show you ever had, no?
The biggest show, but the most important, Gerhard, because for the first time, I think I'm going to show you how everything we tried to do all these years to make the book, the work, is here in this exhibition.
It's our private museum?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. Because we are standing in front of Museum of Chance. This is my mother museum, the biggest museum. Mm-hmm. But this museum actually came from Sent a Letter, which we made in 2008. And so this exhibition makes it very clear, like this is as much the work as this.
I remember Sent Me a Letter very well because it was so much work. Everything hand-folded for days and days.
And the boxes, you were crazy to get 3,000 boxes from India.
Yeah, but it was rather fast. So we set up the order and 2 months later it was there. Yeah. Our work took more time than the Indians.
Because the binding takes the accordion fold takes a long time.
Yeah, an accordion fold. So if you have just a short one of 50 centimeters, then a machine can fold it. But if it is a longer one, as then it is handmade. So you fold a small section with a machine, and then you glue the two sectors together by hand and fold it into the book.
And then it has to be perfectly aligned.
Yeah. And then you had this nice little crazy idea, not just to make one museum, so there are several.
Yes. But for me, the great thing is that it's really started with Sent a Letter. It became clear to me that the book can be the exhibition itself.
Yes, Sent Me a Letter was the idea to have a pop-up exhibition in a small box. So, for example, in your country, I imagine, you have just the box in your bag. Yeah. You travel to the countryside in a school or in a public house, set it up on a table, make a short introduction, and kids and grown-ups can come and see art at a place where never photography pops up.
Exactly. So I made this system. So take this out, and you put the top first in. Yeah. And then the sticks, I worked a system where you put one side in more, and twist it a little bit, and that's it.
Well.
Yeah, that's fine. So that's one part of it. Exactly. But I can also bring a box here, you know? So
it's also a nice table for an administrator.
Exactly.
I would have only one stamp. I put on every paper, and that says no.
No. A book is ready when it's ready.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't bother me. So the table can also become a place to display the work in these boxes. And then you can say that, oh no, I want to change the image in front. You know, like more boxes coming for you. Exactly.
And you have designed the complete structure?
Absolutely.
And then it has been manufactured?
By the carpenters I worked with.
In which city?
Delhi, 30 years. But then, suppose we
What kind of wood is this?
Teak. Teak. And then, Gerhard, there's all this that happens, like the book.
Ah, yeah, to fold it down.
Yeah, and that's when it's That's what I mean. It comes from center letter. You know? And still all the images are visible. But it's just then it's not a problem for security. So I hope the curators, each museum has an ambassador, and I hope they will come and rearrange it all the time.
Who is the ambassador for this museum?
For this one, it's Stephanie Rosenthal. And that way nobody can look inside into the storage. But it's just nice to be able to change the architecture of a space. Like all the time, anytime. We go to center letter now, since that is where it really started. And do you recognize this?
Yeah. That is in Calcutta, no?
Yes. And this is great because that's a good one for you to use.
Dialogue with the goat.
Exactly.
This photo.
And this is when you had a matrimonial photo made.
Yeah. This is grass.
Yes, this is grass, and this is grass.
Yeah. Coming back in the evening.
Yes. And do you remember, it was at Frith Street that I invited you upstairs and showed you all these accordion fold books, and you said, let's print all 32.
Yeah.
But it was too much at that time to make 32, so we made these 7.
It is wonderful how this box ages, no?
Yes.
After so many
Yes.
years, it looks even better
Yeah.
than before.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, at that time, this was 35 euros.
Yeah, mad, no?
Mad.
Yeah.
It could have been 300 euros. So for 35 euros, you could get this entire
But
exhibition.
you understand also how the inflation is growing, yeah?
Yes.
Because it was not totally mad when we said it's 35. So
It's true.
it was a small
It's true.
object and
Yeah.
the materials relatively
Yeah.
cheap and
Yeah.
then the labor was not so expensive. But today just the manufacturing
Yes.
cost will be 100 euros or so.
Really.
And when was it done?
2007 or 8. Yeah.
15 years?
But now in our new book, in book building, I've actually made a DIY for how you can create this museum. So if you have the center letter box, you just have to buy one plywood piece and make the shelves. I've given all the dimensions.
But for sure we will reprint it, I promise.
This also.
Yeah.
So I'm quite hooked to this, and when there's time, when I'm artist in residence, I want to try something on the press, or even if I'm on the press, we never see it like
You
that.
mean a
no?
documenta?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good idea, brilliant.
Something to
Yeah.
do with the printing, so we find another way, because I want to take the photoness away from photography.
Yeah.
And so with these, I just took domestic enamel paint with a roller, put it on the photos, because I had already done this. And then my museums I used to cover with white muslin cloth. And now for me to look at photo is almost too vulgar. And I want a little something in between. And so I thought when I'm at Artist in Residence, that instead of designing, I would see if I could work with the printing and find some other ways to print the photography.
Yeah.
To me, this looks like offset plates. In fact, Zoe Leonard came, and that's what she said, that it looks like you just put all the offset plates here.
Yeah, washed when you have a used offset plate. So
Yeah.
this is aluminum. This
Yes,
is alu
exactly.
debond. And it is coated white or
Printed.
printed on the silver side.
No, I made a digital print
Yeah.
and pasted it on the aluminium,
Ah, yeah, I see.
and then put a roller on it. So this is my offset lounge. And that's why I want people to also enter from this side, because it's all our offset works in all these different forms. So this you have.
Yeah.
So this also I made with the file room. Now I don't like this arrangement, so I will make another arrangement.
It's amazing what a beautiful world jumps out of
Yeah,
this
little box,
no?
for 55 euros at that time. And Gerhard, what I love, we haven't done it like this, but sometimes I like putting it like that. So you see the other title as well. I have to make it a little better. But this we will do in my room in the residency.
Beautiful.
So if I have 16 of these shelves, then in the beginning I might even have the whole space just with a single line. So 2 boxes. So for less than 100 euros, if we have Center Letter and Museum Bhavan, you have an entire museum exhibition, no? You saw that in Chobi Mela?
Yeah, yeah. And we can start up making new accordion folds.
Yeah.
Which are popping up through the exhibition.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 100 days. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Endless time.
With this, I don't know how much, if you realized that what I did through you was, I actually was able to put the question to the art world, is this mass produced or is it unique? Right? So it's mass produced, you made 3,000 of them, but each box is unique.
Because it's hand tinted.
No, this is the undercloth of block printing. You know when you do block printing, then what do you call it? The sheet you put underneath.
Yeah.
So it's all the ink collecting, all the residue.
So
of the ink.
throughout the printing process, it is drinking
Exactly.
the ink what is squeezing out.
Exactly. So no 2 centimeters, no 1 centimeter will also be the same. See?
Yeah.
So people didn't realize this when they bought it, that they were actually buying a unique object.
It's an offset object.
No, but it's also unique.
Yeah.
So now when there's, I meet a librarian of a museum and he says, oh, I have your book in my library. And I say, that's great, but it should have been in the art warehouse, no? It's a unique book. And then suddenly everybody gets really like, but it's a book from Steidl. And I said, yeah, but it's also a unique object. So I love to complicate that. This, I think, is really the culmination of everything that we have tried to do.
And these are
44.
44.
That
And the
fit
double-
in these 2 suitcases.
Oh, yeah.
No? Like that. 22 and 22, so you can check it in. And this is something we have to think about if I want to bring it with me, because then these structures are there. And they found these wonderful clips to put them on the wall. Because they're like this at the back. And of course you understand the point is that...
Yeah. You can change the exhibition every day.
Yeah.
Is this Zakir?
Yes.
Young Zakir.
Yeah. So there's a ambassador for this suitcase museum, and she will come every day and make even a little change, you know, just change one image, and people may not realize it, but they recognize that something has shifted. This is time measures.
And it was once a red
Yes.
cloth, and
Yeah.
it has faded away by the light.
By the light, and
as
another
it is
package was lying here.
sitting on top.
Exactly. So it's really measuring the time,
Yeah.
and each knot is different because it's like the personality of the person or the mood of the person who tied the knot. I love the mid-tones, and that we didn't keep contrast. Yeah, the smell's very good. You get
Very
a little
healthy.
high from it, no?
Yeah, you get high and it is healthy.
It is healthy. Are you sure?
Yeah, cleans the lungs.
I'm sure that's not true. Did you try reading it on the train, like a novel?
Yeah.
It is a novel.
Yeah.
So after Sent a Letter, I made the book cart, and before the museums. And here, this is the book you couldn't print.
Yeah, I
did with
remember.
Radius. And if you want me to sign it, then, then I have a signing table ready. This is what I would love to have in Göttingen. So I can just stand here and make a nice ritual of the signing, and the books will remain inside. But what I did here was very simple. I just made 20 different covers for the book.
Yeah, dust jackets.
Dust jackets, yeah. But we want to keep it open. And then, of course, it's like being able to go to people. Like always to say that people don't have to come to us, we can go to them. And of course, this is my favorite. With the Museum Bhavan box, when I decided I'll be the museum myself, so I can just walk around and there might be people outside who are not exactly.
I decorate you.
Okay.
Like a tailor.
Thank you.
Don't move.
It'll fall.
No.
So maybe the pockets need to be not as
More
deep.
tight, and
Yeah.
not so deep.
Yeah.
And now you are a sculpture.
But have you seen the back? Can you read it?
Yes, of course. My life as a museum show.
So I become the museum.
Beautiful.
So this is it. We did it. And really, I don't think anyone can come to this exhibition and have a doubt that the book is not the work itself, on par with everything
It's really
else.
a manifesto for making books, no?
Exactly. And for making the book into the exhibition
Yeah.
and into the work.
From the book to the wall.
Yeah. So I say to people, I don't want to be a book in your bookshelf. I don't want to be a print on your wall. I want the space in between. I want the best of both. I want Steidl and I want Fritz Street.
And you.
No, really. I think the book on the wall is the answer. Because then it changes what photo exhibitions can be. And let's see how it changes, the festivals.
Yeah.
And you just have to buy, it's a win-win situation. No? You buy 44 copies of the book and then you sell them afterwards. So there's no return shipping even.
And you can make a private exhibition when you have a dinner party at
Exactly.
home. You can surprise the guests.
Of course. And you don't need to ask anyone, no? You just need to buy the books. And I think this might even be a way everyone worries about what is happening to books. It can also be one way, no?
Yeah.
I can imagine a whole photo festival made entirely of books.
And here every room looks different. And imagine you have in every room an iPad with a photo popping up. It looks very boring.
Exactly.
Because it's all the same.
Yeah, and it's not tactile.
Yeah.
I think human beings need the tactility.
Yeah, and just that it is a three-dimensional
Yes.
object,
Yeah.
which has folds and delivers
Yeah.
a shadow.
Yeah. It took them very long to install this though. Because I asked them to put this here, otherwise the book sags. But I think there's no solution to that. I thought about it a lot.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. Mounted.
Should we get some lunch now?
Tea.
Tea.
Yeah, okay. Good idea.
Great.